Welcome everybody to the February 4th, 2026 Planning Board meeting for the Town of Waterboro. Angela, can we start with roll call, please?
Mark Solati.
Here.
Rick Madruga.
Here.
Rebecca Higgins.
Here.
Stacy Walker.
Here.
Diane Gray.
Here.
Jill Prescott.
Here.
Next on the agenda is public hearing, which we don't have. Next is old business, where we have 200 Main Street subdivision finding of facts. Let's listen to you, Michaela.
Yeah, I'll just say that we need to do, last time we did the site plan findings of fact, because we reviewed this under both sets, we need to do the subdivision findings of fact. Because Mark wasn't there for that process, he won't be responding. And because Stacy had to recuse herself, she also won't be responding to the findings of facts.
Gotcha. All right, everybody. We go.
I'm listening.
All right. Town of Waterboro Planning Board, findings of facts, conditions of approval, subdivision review for 200 Main Street. The property owner is Salco Realty Associates LLC. Site location is 200 Main Street. Size and number of lots units, it's 3 commercial units, 36 residential units, 2 developed lots, 1 undeveloped lot. Zoning district is a contract zoning district. Assessor's map lot, map 5, lots 49-1, 50, and 51. Applicant is David Alves, Salco Realty Associates LLC. Information review by the planning board. We did a staff review. We did not, site block was not applicable, and state federal reviews include the Maine Department of Environmental Protection, also known as the DEP. Conditions with this, DEP stormwater permit approval is granted, and the applicant complies with this contract zoning agreement dated October 19th, 2021. The date approved of this was January 7th, 2026, and it was approved by the Town of Waterboro Planning Board members Rebecca Higgins, Diane Gray, Jill Prescott, and Rick Madruga. All right. The Waterboro Planning Board has reviewed the above noted development utilizing the Waterboro standards for reviewing land subdivision plans. Based upon the application and materials submitted in the support of the application, together with the evidence submitted at the public hearing on this application, the Planning Board makes the following findings with respect to all the standards of Article 3 of the subdivision ordinance listed below. Number 1, the design of the subdivision will not cause unreasonable highway or public road congestion or unsafe conditions with respect to the use of highways or public roads, existing or proposed. For those subdivisions that require driveways or entrances onto a state or state aid highway located outside of the urban compact area, the Maine Department of Transportation has provided documentations indicating that the driveways or entrances conform to 23 MRSA 704 and any rules adopted under that statute. We found that the standard was met. There's a note that says the applicant conferred with the Maine DOT, and the DOT confirmed that this subdivision does not trigger a traffic movement permit. Any questions, concerns, edits? Number 2, the design of the subdivision will not result in significant flood hazards or flood damage and is in conformance with the applicable flood hazard protection requirements, including that the lowest floor of all principal structures is at least 1 foot above the 100-year flood elevation. Mark that the standard is not applicable. There's a note, the site is not located within a FEMA 100-year flood zone. Any questions, concerns? Number 3, adequate provisions have been made for the disposal of wastewater or solid waste or for the prevention of ground or surface water contamination. And it will not cause an unreasonable burden on municipal services if they are to be utilized. It's marked that the standard is met with a note, septic tanks are sized adequately to service the units and situated at appropriate depths. Any questions, concerns, edits? Number 4, the design of the subdivision will not result in an unreasonable soil erosion or reduction in the capacity of the land to hold water so that a dangerous or unhealthy condition may result. It's met, we've marked it as met with the following conditions and or waivers. The condition is that the Maine Department of Environmental Protection, DEP, approves the applicant's stormwater permit. It also states 3 bioretention basins, the pervious emergency access way, planted and retained vegetation, a rip-rap slide slope, A rip-wrap runoff apron, a silt fence, and a stabilized construction entry exit will be used. Any questions, concerns, changes?
Nope.
The proposed water supply will sufficiently meet the foreseeable needs of the subdivision and is adequate for fire protection purposes, and will not be unreasonably burdened by the subdivisions. Mark that the standard is met. The development will be serviced by the Waterboro Water District, who has verified their ability to service it. Any questions, concerns, edits? Number 6, the proposed use will not have an adverse impact or significant scenic vistas, significant wildlife habitat, the natural beauty of the area, aesthetics, historical sites, or any public rights for physical or visual access to a shoreline, which could be avoided by reasonable modifications of the plan. It's marked that the standards met. No significant wildlife habitat exists in this development. Lot 51 will remain undeveloped, leaving intact natural forest habitat. Any questions, concerns, edits? Number 7, the project will not alone or in conjunction with existing activities adversely affect the quality or quantity of groundwater. It's marked that the standard is met. The subdivision's wastewater and stormwater systems are designed to ensure proper handling of contaminants and keep them out of the groundwater. Any questions, concerns, edits? Number 8, the project will not result in undue water or air pollution, considering the elevation of the land above sea level and its relation to the floodplains, the nature of the soils and subsoils, and their ability to adequately support waste disposal, the slope of the land and its effect upon I can't say this right. Effluence and the applicable state and local health and water resource regulations. Marked that the standard is met. The project is a typical residential subdivision with 3 small commercial units. Utilities and stormwater management address slight slope of the land. Any questions, concerns? Number 9, for any proposed subdivision that crosses municipal boundaries, the proposed subdivision will not cause unreasonable traffic congestion or unsafe conditions with respect to the use of existing public ways in an adjoining municipality in which part of the subdivision is located. Standard is not applicable. The project does not cross municipal boundaries. Any questions, concerns, edits? Number 10, for any proposed subdivision located in whole or in part within the watershed or any pond or lake within 250 feet of any wetland, great pond or river as defined in 38 MRSA Chapter 3, Subchapter 1, Article 2-B, the subdivision will not adversely affect the water quality or undesirably affect the shoreline of such body of water. As marked the standards met, the project's stormwater design reduces stormwater runoff levels in post-construction as compared to pre-construction. Any questions, concerns, edits?
Nope.
Wasn't there a question raised about a little creek along on the other side of the road?
Yes, and they adjusted their stormwater design because originally their outflow was higher than than pre-construction levels, and when that was pointed out, they added additional stormwater measures that took care of that issue.
Seeing that's the only thing I remember from my last meeting here, so, thank you.
Yeah.
Number 11, the project will not result in an unreasonable burden upon school facilities. As marked, the standard is met. The subdivision includes 36 units with a maximum of 2 bedrooms per unit, which means these units will support smaller households. Any questions, concerns, edits? Number 12, the subdivision conforms with the town's duly adopted subdivision ordinance, comprehensive plan, development plan, and land use plan. As marked, the standard is met. Both the adopted comprehensive plan and the adopted zoning ordinance indicate this area is suitable for growth. Any questions, concerns, edits? Number 13, the application has adequate financial and technical capacity to meet the standards and requirements of this ordinance, as marked as the standard is met. So based on the above noted findings, the Waterboro Planning Board votes to, so I need a motion to approve. Somebody who can make a motion to approve.
Okay, so I'll make a motion to approve with the conditions noted above for 200 Main Street.
A second.
All those in favor? All those, what's the word I'm supposed to use, abstaining, or is abstaining is fine?
I'm recusing myself of all votes in
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, perfect.
All right. So that is done. Next on the agenda is new business, of which we don't have any. Next is minutes from previous meetings. We have the minutes for January 21st. I noticed, where is it? I think there's some, maybe the word doc is supposed to be inserted here. Under communications with the doc update, it says Ms. Michaela has spoken to someone at the state and they stated if the dock isn't permanent, they don't touch it. It says, next step, send a letter to property owners on water body, rental space, then it would be viewed as a commercial use. It just doesn't make sense. There we go. And I don't know if the word dock needs to be, send a letter to property owners on water body regarding. I think it's missing what we're sending the letter about.
Okay.
And maybe, yeah, regarding,
Yeah, you're right, it does sound odd.
Yeah, I think we need to say send a letter stating this and to property owners on the water body. I think then that makes sense. Yeah. Because I don't think we're concerned about rental space, it's dock rental space specifically.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
wordsmith it, come back next time.
Yeah. And that was the only thing I noticed, was that little section there. Just wasn't quite jiving.
Is there any place on the lake that's considered commercial use?
No, that's the whole thing behind it. That's the sticky wicket.
Really, there's zero?
It's shoreline, so there's no, well, unless they have the permit from the state,
Subsurface.
correct?
Well, there are
Submersible.
commercial uses in some of the shoreland districts, but in terms of docks, if it's a permanent dock, it needs, permission from the state.
Right.
But there's no permanent docks on that lake, they all come out, come fall.
Yeah, I thought that.
So what do you consider permanent?
Does Laughing Moon
I
count?
thought it was over 500 square
Yeah.
feet.
Yeah, permanent or, really large in size.
Yeah, because I don't think any of them are permanent, they take them all out.
Yeah, they all come out, they have to.
The campground ones too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yes,
Yep.
oh, yes.
That's
quite
some
simple.
kind of law, it has to be out by a certain time. If it's in the ice.
That might be a Saco River thing too, because I know a lot of their,
There's ones in Mulch Lake that are permanent. And
Oh, yeah?
east, yeah, have permanent docks. They're concrete piers. Well, Mulch Lake is Sauk River.
Interesting.
Okay. Can I have a motion to postpone the approval of the minutes for January 21st to the next meeting?
I motion that we postpone the review of the January 21st, 2026 meetings minutes till the next meeting. I'll second.
Those in favor? All right, so we'll rework that, we'll approve that next week. Beautiful. Next is communication.
I'll just note that I'm continuing to really push the comp plan launching effort and the comp plan committee, so just letting you all know that doing lots of things behind the scenes to get that moving. You'll probably notice increased posts on social media. I'm gonna start updating the town website, the planning website, so there will be a lot more information. And I'm gonna be launching a survey online that kind of is similar to that one. We'll keep that one up in the town hall for people who like to vote in person, but yeah, we'll be really ramping up the efforts, so.
Have you got a lot of applicants yet?
Oh,
date?
we've gotten a bunch. We have 9 people who are very committed to wanting to be on the committee, and we have about 5 more who've expressed interest. We're hoping to get 20 to 25, so
Okay.
we're getting there. I
Were
mean,
the
we
3 of
haven't-
us included in that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's been a mixture of different folks so far, which is great.
That's what you want, right?
Yeah.
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 Mhm. But
What's
I,
the relationship between this board and that activity? How does that, sorry, I'm a new guy, sorry. How does that work?
no, that's a great question. So I will be providing updates regularly at this meeting
Okay.
about how the comp plan's going, just to keep this board in the loop since it's so related, for one. When it comes to the formal adoption process, the planning board plays a part in that. So towards the end of the process, hosting a public hearing, things like that. Otherwise, it's, members of the planning board can be involved on the committee as long as we don't have a quorum of planning board members.
Yeah.
And always welcome to participate on any of the community engagement activities we have for that. But I'd say things that we've talked about during planning board meetings throughout our time together, are kind of help create ideas too for things that we'll talk about in the comp plan process. Like, oh, we've noticed this is an issue in zoning, or, oh, we've noticed people come before the planning board to talk about this, so we should make sure that we consider that in the comp plan update. Anything the board wants to add to that?
No, I think it's, obviously relevant, right? Because the comprehensive plan's about the growth of the town and the future of the
Yeah.
town, which is
Absolutely.
kind of what we're trying to protect. I guess how you'd see it is that that's the creation of what we approve here, I
Yeah.
guess, in a
Right,
way.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Yeah.
The
conflict-
guidelines that we
conflict of
follow.
interest question, so that's me as a planning board member
Yeah.
asking that question. Mark Salati, as a citizen, can I answer your surveys and participate
yeah,
in
yeah,
your
absolutely.
things? And okay, cool.
Yeah,
But, so what constitutes a quorum for the planning board? The 4, right?
yes,
We
yeah.
can't have more than 3.
You already have your 3, right?
from the
We
planning
do
board.
already have 3 who have expressed interest in being on the
Yeah,
committee.
but they can still, you're gonna have outlying things though that people participate in.
Yes.
And that won't matter, right?
Right. If we have, a comp plan booth at, Old Homes Day or
Yeah.
something, all 7 of you could come up and say
Sure.
hi, that's
Yeah.
not a quorum.
Yeah,
you
right,
know,
so we could
if you all
volunteer
have
to
be
help
there.
out
Yeah.
with stuff, okay, cool,
Yeah.
great.
And we'll have surveys, we'll have, I think I might do something like coffee chats, whole host of activities. Part of the survey will be to see what the townspeople are interested in
Yeah,
for engaging, and then I'll kind of tailor the engagement plan based on what people say.
thank you. It's a big project.
It is a big project.
How long did it take first time? 5?
It's like a 5-year project,
Yeah.
right?
This will be 2 years.
McKillen's got a 2-year goal.
Wow. She's like,
Sorry,
we are
she's
not
aggressive.
doing
She's
that.
efficient.
It's not, well, 5,
Yeah.
no, 5 years is excessively long, I would say.
But it must be different creating it versus updating it, all right?
Right, because
That-
that was a creation.
Yeah.
1, that's different. 2, your last plan went above and beyond. It
Gotcha.
did essentially small area planning within your comprehensive plan, which is awesome. But that's, like, it has basically architectural designs within
Yeah.
the comp plan, right, which is not something a comp plan typically has. 3, the requirements for comp plans have changed. So one of the things that took the longest for comp plans was basically going through like 60 different data sources, some of which may or may not be relevant for the town of Waterboro, and having to write paragraphs on all of those data, whether or not they say anything of interest or planning worthy to the town, and having to include that as like part of the main body of the comp plan. That's kind of changed. So we can include data as an appendix but focus the actual meat of the plan that we care about for like adopting purposes that we need to like, that is, the part that you need to focus on more for getting people okay with, you know, voting on it and that sort of thing. Doesn't have to be like that. So the whole process can be shorter because you don't have to, you know, get 500 pages adoptable in a sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does,
Yes.
it
Yeah,
does,
absolutely.
yeah, yeah.
I read that Standish just did theirs. How long did they take?
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, okay.
But I know,
It was something.
South Berwick, I believe, was 2 years. I think Old Orchard Beach is like a year and a half.
Yeah, right.
I think it's
Yeah.
different too when you get a full-time planner.
Yes.
It's, if
True.
you're working with supplemental planning and they're only work, you know, a couple days a week or something like
Right,
that, it's gonna be a little bit different.
Yeah.
Was Tom here then?
I think we had one at the time, right?
Was it
Yeah.
Tom here? Yeah.
Also, if you think about how much data availability and
I was gonna
processing
say,
has
just
changed,
technology
Yeah,
between then and
technology's
now.
changed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot different.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like I have mapping abilities in-house now, so I
Yeah.
can produce some maps that, you know, before you had to
Send
farm
out,
out to
yeah.
various companies to get, so
Right.
that helps.
Nice. All right, anything else under communication? Good. Next is miscellaneous. Good. So next, I just need a motion to adjourn in order to go into workshop.
I motion to adjourn to go into workshop.
I'll second it.
All those in favor? All right.